Hello. I have a big problem with my webcam, as you can see. It's just not playing ball. Also, where is the game? Something bad is happening. Why is the game not here? What the heck is going on? Oh wait, no, the game is here. Never mind. It's good. It's good. We're all good. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. I think I need to reinstall the drivers, maybe. This is the best I could get it. Hold on, let me show you for a second what it looks like without this a lot of modification on it. Right here, how do I do that? Oh, maybe I won't bother. Yeah, I think I'll have to leave it. Well, I mean, there's nothing I can do. It was fine just this morning, and then when I came to start the stream, it was just dark, like really, really, really dark. So I don't know what happened, but I have tried to make it so that you can see me. I look a bit like a cartoon character now. It does look like an Instagram filter. I look like I'm in Snapchat or something. There's just no detail because of the... I don't know, it's so dark. I don't know why. I tried restarting and then I gave up and just tried to modify it a bit. I think I'll try reinstalling the drivers, or maybe it'll just fix itself. Yeah, it does look a bit weird. It looks like I'm... oh, gosh. Thought I nearly died there. I'm having a heart attack. I shouldn't have a heart attack, I'm quite fit. At least I thought I was quite fit. Okay, so where was I? Oh, I was admiring this just this morning. Just this whole little coastline here. It looks awesome. With the, that down there. It looks really nice. So, let's get started. It's not tea, sorry. Do you want... I can go make some tea. I already had my tea this morning, so I haven't got any tea with me now. So I was thinking maybe we could build another tree. That might be fun. Should I go for another tree? I think another tree could be cool. Maybe we could build one kind of hanging out over the environment here. That could be good, actually. So let's start. We'll build an area for it to be first. So maybe it's not what I meant to do. Okay. Looks like my... What's going on? Oh, I see. I must have changed. Oh, it's too round. I don't want to be round rocks. Who wants round rocks? What's even the point? Wow. I've never seen that from a rock before. Interesting. It's actually disconnected. And... yeah, just gonna pad this a little. I like round rocks and I cannot lie. You other geologists can't deny. Okay. I'm gonna leave that be. I think that's enough of that particular song. So I'm gonna take a gravity brush in here real quick. BR gravity 10 maybe. I'm just going to erode these guys down so that we have a bit of a more contiguous rock shape. And we'll get rid of that too. Move that down. Nice. Okay. So I think if we can fit, yeah, tree in here. I want it to lean over, so maybe as big as this, but leaning. So let's give it a go. So we're going to do BR, of course, because it's a brush. We're going to do rock, because we want to use a rock brush. We're going to do 1715, because we want the bark block. and we're going to do size. Let's see, what did I start with? Say 7. Actually, let's start with 10. And we're going to do a 90 again. Yeah, about geologists. Okay, so there's our kind of tree trunk base. So now I'm going to go for smaller. Let's go for 7 here. And it's not much smaller, but I think that's pretty good. That can be kind of the main bulk of the tree there. Yes, I think that works. Let's go for 5 now. And maybe we can build the roots in here. So let's try over here. And down here, yes. And we'll get the same thing coming out through here. And big roots. Yes, okay. And so we're going to go down now. We're going to go for a size 4 instead, because this is still quite big. And we get a few roots coming over this way. It's kind of important, I think, that the roots over here look quite strong, because if we're going to be leaning this tree, I'm actually gonna. I can't resist the temptation to make like a kind of curling off root here, so I'm just gonna do that. And down to 2. And a 1.5. There we go. Cool, cool. Hello. I don't know what happened to the face cam. It was very, very dark, and in the 5 minutes before the stream, I tried to fix it by using some filters. Not filters, but, well, it is a filter, but like some color corrections, and it didn't work particularly successfully. But you can at least see me, which you can't really do without the filters, so I will hopefully fix that next time. It's not supposed to look like this. This is not my desired appearance. I think I'm going to try reinstall the drivers and hope that that will help. 2.5 in here, and over there. I'll take it down to a 1.5 for the last little bit. Whoa. Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's still pretty bad, so let's just fix that. And let's get some of the same maybe coming over here. Oh, we need a 2.5 first, I think. You know what? I'm gonna make brushes in order of size here. So let's go for a 5 for the wood, a 3.5 for this, a 2.5 for this, and finally a 1.5 for this. So big one, smaller, smaller, smallest. And let's go up here. Whoa, 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 whoa. That was not, what was that? That was not, was that 1.5 really? No, it wasn't. So I don't know what happened there, but it wasn't 1.5, was it? Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. Plastic surgery? Goodness me. That will, I mean, that will help, but I think a webcam, a new webcam might be a cheaper option, or installing the drivers might be a cheaper option. Less drastic too. I'm not sure I need too much surgery, to be honest. My beard is red in the real world, so that's actually accurate in some light. Okay. So I think we're okay for now. We'll keep building up and we'll see where we go with this. So I think this is the big one, is it? No, this is the small one, okay. So let's make this 5. There we go, that's where the 1.5 ended up, I think. And I'm going to kind of build it this way. This is not big enough, actually. We need it slightly larger, I think. Go for a size 6. And lean it even more. And, yes, perfect. Oh, perfect, yes. That's exactly what I wanted. Ho ho ho, it's working exactly right. So, there we go. We have this cool, like, twisted shape. It does look like it's built of rocks, but we will have a go at resolving that later. So let's make this a bit smaller, and we're going to add some branches now. So let's start here. And go from there, maybe, and one over here, and then we can go for smaller again. And we will try build that up. And then we can hopefully, with some luck, be able to get kind of a few little branches on the end. That did nothing. Skin color is green. Am I green? Or do you mean you are green? Are you an orc in real life? Or am I an orc in real life? Guess that's the question right now. Yes, so I'm building a tree. A nice leaning tree. Which will form something. I don't know what it will be exactly, but well, it'll be a tree. I know that much. So walk out this way a little. I love this is kind of really fun actually way of building trees is with these brushes, because they create really quite natural looking trees with quite minimal effort, and it's kind of a natural playing with the that is such a big chunk up there. Too big, I think. I wish I could undo that, but it's kind of late. So let's do a lift brush, and we'll just push this back into place a little bit, because I think that's a bit too big. Actually, I suppose up here we can take kind of the top off a little. Down there. A little bit better, I think. A little bit rounder. Oh, so you're blue. You're a green smurf. It's a turn up for the books. You know, in some cultures, they don't have a word for, haha, it's some cultures. Which cultures? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know the specifics of this. It's just hearsay. There's some cultures where they don't have a word for blue and green separately. They're the same word, and so they can't really, obviously they can tell the difference, there's a shade difference between blue and green, but they think blue and green are the same color, and so they can't really very easily identify that they're actually, well, they're distinct colors to us anyway. Or have you been to a festival, maybe? So let's go up a little more. See if we can get a branch maybe coming off the side here. Whoa, it's too big. Also too big. That's better. And up here maybe. If you would kindly. What? Is that true? I don't think there's anybody with a blue skin color. You're just lying, right? Prove it. Prove me wrong. I think I need to add a few more with the smaller, slightly larger brush, sorry, first. Oh, 1.5, 2.5 brush. And let's just take a look at what we built. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think we need more branches over here. So let's do that. Maybe through here. Through here. Come on. These rocks sometimes don't play ball, unfortunately. Ha, that's because they're rocks. Heyo! I'm so funny. Cool. Is there something you would like to hear about today? I can talk about anything you guys would like to hear about. Hit me. Actually, I had a story I thought of. Where was it? When did that happen? Oh yes. It's not a great story actually. Might tell it anyway. I once went to a monastery in when I was in New Zealand, a Buddhist monastery, and I went there because I like meditation and I'm quite interested in Buddhism, and so I went to the monastery with my girlfriend, and it's a beautiful place actually. This is in near Wellington, so it's just north of Wellington. That's the capital of New Zealand. I spent just a couple days there, I think, or it might have been, yeah, it was just 2 days there. And I wandered. It was really nice actually, quite different to the monasteries in the UK, where it's a bit more collective. Certainly the ones that I've visited in the UK have been, you sleep in a house together in a dormitory. This was it was basically a few acres, maybe 10 acres of rainforest, more or less, and the guest monk is like, follow me, and we went into the woods, and he's like, here is a shed in the woods, you will sleep here. Hello, Slime. Seems like it's been a while. How are you today, friend? So yeah, I went into the woods. It's like a little cabin, I suppose, more technically than a shed, but there was no water, no electricity, and out the back was a little boardwalk that went to basically a hole in the ground where you could do your business. Yeah, that was nice. There was something. Oh yes, something amusing happened here. So we were asked by the abbot, Ajahn, as they call him, means father, if we could help him with some work that was going on, and he wanted us to shovel some sand for him. And so we're shoveling the sand, and he is driving. He's got a quad bike. This is a Buddhist monk, a father, Buddhist father, like master, I assume a master, and he has a quad bike that he likes to drive around, and he's driving the quad bike up and down this hill with the sand in, and he at one point came barreling down the hill at such a speed that I actually had to push my girlfriend out of the way, because he was going to hit us, and he very nearly did. Like, he was inches away from actually being hit by a Buddhist monk riding a quad bike too fast down a hill, which was an interesting experience. I mean, not one that many people have experienced, I think. In fact, I think that might be, if we'd been killed by an Ajahn riding a quad bike, I think that might be the first time that that's ever happened. What else is there to this story? There's not too much else. That was probably the most exciting thing that happened, was nearly dying. But it was Moon Day. Now Moon Day in this is what is it? Theravada Buddhism. It happens, I think, once a week, or maybe it's 2 times. Oh, it's not once a week. It's 2 times a month, I think. The lunar month, and the monks get you know, really wild and crazy, and stay up late and sleep in. Wow, nuts. And so you're supposed to meet in the meditation hall at midnight, and it's super. The atmosphere is amazing, super cool. Of course, I couldn't stay awake until midnight. I was like, I'm just going to go to sleep. So, despite being instructed not to sleep, I went to sleep in my little cabin. And then I got up and I wandered through the woods in the middle of the night, the rainforest. I don't think they donated $50. I think it just is, he just wrote $50. So, yeah, there should be a notification. I'm assuming that he didn't donate $50 because there was no notification, so... Yeah, I mean, unless it's not, then it's cool, but I'm pretty sure it's fake. So... Oh yes, so I got up in the middle of the night, midnight, and walked through this rainforest at night, which was an experience. And I made it to the meditation hall, and it's all dark. It's completely dark, and there's just the silhouettes of the monks, and the golden Buddha is illuminated, but everything else is dark, and the atmosphere was amazing, like awesome. And I was late, of course. I was late because I was like sleepy and got lost, and so I bungled in late to the meditation hall. Yeah, that's the story. There's no more to that story. Sorry, guys. It's probably more exciting than me saying, and then I'm going to use the lift brush. I don't know. No, I don't think so. I'm a bit on the fence. I'm interested, and I do meditate, but I wouldn't say I was part of any particular denomination, so I don't think so. I do visit monasteries on occasion, and I say I do meditate, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm not, as I say, not part of any particular. I'm not a Theravada Buddhist or a Mahayana Buddhist or whatever. Zen Buddhist. So, I think this looks kind of good. I'm not sure if I can add more branches without it looking a bit crowded. So, excuse me for just one moment. No. So reincarnation, that's an interesting topic, actually. This is a good topic. I'm going to discuss some Eastern philosophy with you. Right after I find and copy the command for putting in the tree tops here. So let me just do that real quick. There it is. Alrighty. Whoops, I don't know what happened there. Let's undo that. I don't know what I did, but I don't want it. So, here we go. I need to paste this in. So as you can see, I wasn't going to remember that command. Yes, okay. I know those terms. So let's have a little talk about where to start. Goodness. what is it that you know, actually, before you can tell me while I'm getting started here, because I'm going to put some real basic groundwork in. So after so during the Buddha's lifetime, the Buddha was the original Buddha, that is. What's his name? Gautama. Regardless, the Buddha, the original Buddha, was a Hindu, and he was an ascetic, which means he was a strong believer in the path to spiritual enlightenment, as it were, is paved with self-sacrifice and giving things up and suffering, basically, more or less, a suffering-based method to spiritual enlightenment. And he was I'd say a Hindu, actually, being in India. At that time there was... Well, I mean, there's a variety of interpretations on Buddhism, actually. So yes, you're kind of right. Well, I mean, of course, yes, what you've said is not incorrect, for sure. Where was I? Oh yes, so he was a Hindu, and this was in a time in India where there wasn't really such a thing as religion in the way that there is now. So Hinduism was a way of life and their identity. Like for a long time, the Indians were known as the Hindu race. I'm fairly confident that the term Indian even is derived from Hindi, Hindu. It's all the same root word. I'm not sure. I'm not concretely sure of that, but I feel fairly sure in that assertion that the word Indian and Hindu are the same origin word. So anyway, he developed Buddhism, as you may guess, through his Hindu ascetic practice. He went into the woods and he meditated under a tree for decades, basically, more or less. And so the story goes. And when he had his epiphany, he started to preach and he started to tell people about what he had discovered. And the first people he told were the fellow ascetics, so these other very hardened, tough proto-monks, I suppose. Not really monks, but you know, people who are going for days and days meditating without food and water and stuff. So these people were quite... what's the word? Maybe spiritually refined, I suppose. And so the stuff that he said to them, this is about the suffering, nirvana, and samsara, was supposed to be in a way that they could understand it. And so when we look at that nowadays as Westerners, we say that's garbage, that doesn't sound right, that I don't understand, because it wasn't really aimed at us as a group of people. You know, this was said thousands of years ago to a assuming that it even happened, to a group of ascetics, and so things like desire is the root of all suffering, for example. That rings very... people don't like that, actually. People that turns people off in a big way. But that wasn't the intention. The intention of that was to attract these ascetics, who they were trying through suffering to achieve some desired aim. And so the Buddha said, well, it's your desired aim that's causing you the suffering, not nothing else. Which I mean is correct, but again, it doesn't really we don't really understand that very well as Westerners, because it's you know, we don't have a lot of experience with suffering to try and gain spiritual enlightenment, so it's kind of a bit alien to us. Anyway, that was a bit of a digression to get back onto samsara and nirvana. So these are kind of, I would say, I mean, I'm a believer that these are I suppose I'm a believer in some level of mysticism. That is that, not in that everybody is magically, not the whole universe is magically supernaturally connected or whatever, but that, I mean, scientifically we know the universe is connected, and that there is a feasible psychological state whereby you can feel like you are more connected with the universe than isolated, which is the typical state. And so I think that this term nirvana and term enlightenment and so on and so forth, these terms all actually are referring to a psychological state whereby one no longer feels quite so disconnected with the world. And so this is manifested in many ways. We have Hinayana Buddhism, which is Theravada Buddhism. I think it might not be Theravada actually. I think there's a slight subtle difference. Hinayana is as opposed to Mahayana. So Hinayana means small vessel, which is it's a metaphor for the ship that ferries people across to spiritual enlightenment, right? So it's a small vessel, so it only ferries 1 or 2 people, and these are the hardened ascetic monks. And this is the old school of Buddhism. So you have people meditating for a long time, people sticking to strict traditions, and so on, basically. People following thousands and thousands and thousands of pages of written scriptures. Yes, so this is common actually throughout the world. This is it's called mysticism. That is the name of this a belief of connection. And I mean, as I say, it's not pseudoscience. It is science. We know that everything is connected. This is factual information. There is no ifs or buts about it. We know that there is a connection between all things, because that's how science works. We're all part of one giant evolving system. In fact, actually, the interesting... Hold on, let me just change the root height here. Starting height. So I think I can do -2 or -3, and I think this makes it grow downwards. Yeah. So I just want to kind of fluff out the bottom of the tree here. Bomb. Now I forget where I was going. Oh yes, mysticism. And its scientific implications. So actually, yeah, I was going to say the way I was first becoming aware of or what kind of interested me with some kind of more intellectual schools of Buddhism is how they have an interesting mirror with science. So, for example, now this is probably superficial more than anything. Hello, what is it, Doma? If you have a secret. Sure, yeah, it's just the same idea. And as I say, that's scientifically true. We know that these things are all true. Well, not all these things are true, but we know that everything is connected. We know this. Any grand theory of the universe will postulate basically that everything is a result of the same system, like the Big Bang, for example. So I think maybe we are up to a stage where we can start to do a blend ball over this thing, maybe? Maybe I need a few more leaves in. I think I'm going to go with a rock over it afterwards. So let's do a blend ball. And we'll do size 10 maybe 9. 8. Okay, we can't do that. Not that one. That's the wrong brush. We smooth brush then, maybe? Is that gonna work? Oh, I'm not sure that's gonna work either. What did I do last time? Maybe I'll try and melt brush, see what happens. Whoa, okay, too powerful. Oh no, I did use the blend ball, didn't I? Let's use the blend ball. And then I swapped it back, I remember now. Swapped it back to being the right colour afterwards. I'm getting quite lost in this rambling about Buddhist philosophy now. Forget where I was. Oh yes, I was up to the interesting parallels. Actually, there's some interesting parallels between Buddhist and well, more largely Eastern philosophy and physics. So one key thing that perhaps it's just a coincidence, but it's an interesting coincidence. It's probably just a coincidence. Let's be fair. There's this idea that everything is empty. It's called what is it called? I can't remember the exact term. This idea of emptiness. Everything is empty until it's filled, basically, and that emptiness is just as important as space. Space is just as important as the stuff in it, because without any space, you can't have any stuff in it, and so without something to fill up, you can't have anything filled, as it were. Oh, you're going for the Truman Show. Oh well, that's a bit disappointing. I'm doing a time lapse, friend. This is what's happening right now. It's a time lapse. So don't you worry, friend. It's on its way. Well, I mean, this what happened before the Big Bang is in some ways it's a meaningless question, because time and space came into existence with the Big Bang, and we can only really consider things in time and space because of how our brains work, and how our theories work. You know, for example, mathematics is tied fully to time and space, and without time and space we can't really apply mathematics. This is, I'm using World Edit, and I'm using Voxel Sniper. These are server-side mods, so they have to be installed on a server, and I'm not going to try and tell you how to get them because it's going to take a long time. It does take a while to get them set up. So you'll have to do that yourself, but it's World Edit and Voxel Sniper are what I've got installed to do these building tools, and I also have Optifine, which is a mod, and Sonic Ether's Unreal Shaders, which is giving this cool shading effect. Okay, let's have a look at what we got now. Yes, okay, so next thing I'm going to do is just get that. Is put rocks on to make it a little bit rockier. So let's do a BR rock. Leaf block is 17, 15. Then we're going to do size 290. Well, I don't know if that is true actually. To make up to examine. I did the wrong one, that's 18. And it's not 15 either, it's 5? Not 5, 7 I think. Is it? Yeah, I think it's right. So if we can make theories about how the universe ends or how the universe begins, those can play into our other theories and help to verify or validate them. I mean, CERN, for example, was responsible for the main goal was to find the Higgs boson, but on the side they invented the internet, which is great. So although the theory itself, whether or not a Higgs boson exists, is not going to have much impact on our lives, it can in indirect fashions. Yes, this is PC Minecraft. And I'm doing, yeah, as I say, world edit is being used right now. This is world edit commands that I'm using. So it takes a little bit of effort to get the PC Minecraft to look like this. It doesn't look like this out of the box. Here's an interesting question, Doma. What you've described is solipsism. That is the idea that one is the only one, and that everybody else is a figment of one's imagination. Imagine it's fun to imagine a conference of solipsists. And what they would talk about. What would a group of solipsists be called? A pack? A squad? Do they have a group noun? Yes, so I'm running the server on the PC, on this same PC that I'm playing on and streaming from. What we have now. Does a nice job of blocking the other tree. Well, that's the funny thing. The universe started from nothing, as far as we can tell. There was no space and no time, and so suddenly it's not that. How to word that? It's not that the space is. It's not that the matter is expanding into space. The space is stretching. So you can imagine I mean the analogy that's always used is a balloon. So imagine a balloon where it doesn't have, it's completely empty and it's tiny. Imagine a balloon that has zero size, so it's just completely nothing. It's nothing. It is nothing. It's just a point. And then it begins to expand, and the balloon itself was always kind of there, but it's taking a new shape and it's expanding. But it's not expanding into it's not expanding into anything. It's actually, it is the anything that is expanding, which is tricky to kind of wrap your head around. Thank you, Cubic. I'm probably not going to build a knight. I'm at the moment, since I've come back to Minecraft, I'm more on the what's the word? Natural stuff. So I'm doing kind of landscapes and things now. So cool idea, but maybe don't hold your breath on it. Alrighty. So well, I think actually, so we know kind of what's going to happen, or we don't know what's going to happen, but we're measuring the curvature of the universe, and that will determine, according to Big Bang Theory, what will happen. And curvature means if you go straight, where will you end up? Will you come back to where you started, or will you go forever, basically? And it can be concave, so like a sphere, or it can be convex, so like the interior of a sphere. So it's like the interior of a sphere or the exterior of a sphere, I suppose. Concave or convex. Or it could be it could be flat, like a plane, like a sheet, and as far as we can tell, it looks flat. So if that's the case, what will happen is it will gradually, the expansion will slow and slow and slow, but it'll never completely slow, and so it will be it'll be just nothing eventually. It will just be so spread out that there'll be kind of nothing left, which is a bit of an upsetting prospect, really. Alrighty, I'm just going to replace all of the leaves now with the right leaf colour. So let's just do that. Pause one. Some happy music to go along with that theory. Have you guys heard of Brain World, which is a great name for a theory? So I'm going to replace 18, 17, 7. No, 18.7. So the acceleration is slowing, I think. So as far as I'm aware, it's still speeding up. I think. Wait, is that right? Yes, it's still accelerating, I think. But I think the speed of acceleration is reducing, maybe. Right. No, I think it's slowing. I don't know. No, I don't know. I can't remember. My memory of this particular section of the course is gone. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have replaced the logs as well. I think the acceleration is slowing, and the theory is eventually that it will stop accelerating. I don't know whether it will stop expanding completely. Yes, that's right. 18. So I'm going to replace 17 with 17, 15. And that's just going to put the right wood blocks back in. So we have the correct wood everywhere. Uh-oh, what did I just do there? I don't want to do that. Oh, did I? Damn it, did I undo? What did I undo there? Did I undo? No, I don't think I undid I think I undid that random click that I did. Yeah, because it all looks like it's still... yeah, looks good. Cool, cool. It's decelerating. The Big Bang could have pushed the universe from the inside. What does that mean? Hold on, let me just get my lift brush on in here, and we're going to thin off these roots because they're too fat at the moment. Whoa. Let's make that a bit smaller. You can't think about as I say, think about the acceleration of the Big Bang as like the balloon expanding, as it were. The expansion of the universe is the balloon expanding. We are on that surface. We're on the surface of the balloon, and the balloon is stretching in all directions at all times. It's not like it's not like there was a lot of space. Say there was a big, imagine like a big flat surface. I don't know, like a big sandbox with no sand in, so just a big box, and then you took some marbles and like tossed them in. That's like if the matter was like exploding into the space, but it's not like that. It's like, as I say, the matter's all stuck to a balloon, and the balloon is expanding, and so everything is expanding equally. And it's not expanding into anything really. There is nothing. There's no space or time outside of the universe. So, or there's not. It doesn't even. It's not that there's no space or time. There is just that concept doesn't mean anything outside of the universe. You cannot consider because space is defined as part of the universe, and so is time. So yeah, you can't really consider what it means to be space or time outside of that universe. I hope I've thoroughly confused everybody now. That's usually the aim here. Let's do a quick smooth brush over here. So just a little smoothing to make this a little bit nicer. And I'm actually going to take the graphics off, just so that we can see what's going on under there and just kind of fix it up a bit. I'm going to take the shaders off. Okay. So let's do a... Oh gosh, it's so smooth and fast now. Yeah, so that's definitely a possible theory, but then you've just ended up with, you've just created God by saying the universe always existed. That's a property of God, not of the universe. The universe is a deterministic system whereby it's kind of defined as being unable to have always existed. It must have come from somewhere. Well, it doesn't have to have come from somewhere, but I mean, this postulate that the universe always existed is effectively a postulate of the existence of God, basically. I mean, of a kind of God, I suppose. It exists because it exists. It's not fantastic science. Have you heard of the simulation theory? Except it's not really a theory anymore. It's kind of, we're pretty sure, actually, I think. We're approaching certainty that the universe is actually a simulation. We know this because, or we're pretty sure of this because if we were able to simulate a universe, if we know that we in our universe could simulate a universe, then we would be effectively certain that, oh, well, if we could do it, who's to say that another universe one tier above us couldn't be simulating us? And there is nothing to say that. In which case, if we know that we can do it, certainly a universe that were capable of simulating us would be capable of simulating us, as it were. So, you know, if we could simulate a universe just like ourselves, there's no reason at all that we can't be a simulation. And I think we're getting quite sure of that at the moment. I mean, obviously, it doesn't change anything, but it's an interesting prospect. I'm gonna get some roots in here because we haven't got any roots so far on this side. I just want this one to come out a little bit, actually. Cool if it can kind of curl. Curl would be nice. Okay, I'll do. Well, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything for us. What it means is that, so say, it doesn't really mean anything. Whether or not we're being simulated doesn't really make a difference. It doesn't make a blind bit of difference. Like, I don't know if it's possible for the simulation, if the simulation is turned off, I don't know what happens then. I'm not sure whether or not we would have any experience of this. I mean, obviously you would think the instant response would be, okay, well, we'd all just instantly die. But I mean, it becomes an interesting question, because you then say, well, what if, hypothetically, in this infinite multiverse of people simulating people, somebody else turns on a simulation at the immediate moment that our simulation were turned off. That is exactly the same as our simulation in every single way. And I mean, it doesn't matter. Sorry, at this exact moment doesn't really matter because there's no. Of course, time is limited to the universe that we live in. And so it would be like, for example, if I closed my Minecraft server and there's a monster in it, the monster doesn't know the fact that the server's closed. All it knows is when the server starts back up again, that that he's going to continue trying to eat the player. I think it's in theory it's the same way because time is a constraint of our universe. Even if the universe was stopped, we would not be aware of it, I think. I don't know, though. Of course, this is all complete, just meaningless postulation, and it doesn't really get us anywhere. But it's fun to consider. It's big. I think these roots are still too big here, actually. Let's do maybe we can just lift. Whoa! No. Don't want to add more matter. Just lift in here and just try and kind of lift up a little bit. Definitely take some of this weight off, because look at the size of this. It's just too much. Ridiculously big. And through here too. Minecraft, yeah, it's a big world. Wasn't there, there was a guy who was walking to the Farlands, right? Was it called Farlands or Bust or something? But he got like 1% of the way or something, didn't he? That sounds about right. But I mean, I thought they effectively quashed that anyway. I think the Minecraft worlds are effectively unlimited size now. Because they just changed tweaked a few things that were causing it to have a scale restriction. I think it doesn't really have that anymore, so you can walk for infinity now. Or fly for infinity. Oops, I won't do that. I wonder if I used a lift brush actually on these. Maybe that was what I did last time. Whoa, wrong brush. No, I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Oh, goodness. Alrighty. Whoa. Dizzy. I think I'm gonna put some like hanging vines in now. Whoa, let's not do that. Accidentally clicked. I have such a bad habit of accidentally right-clicking, and it's sometimes pretty annoying. Alright, so let's get some cool... Wait, they added borders? So what, it just stops? That sucks. Okay. Let's go in here. I'm going to do a BR catenary. What is this block? 15913. BR catenary 15913. Let's do like 5 maybe? Whoa. Yeah, I missed the target. What? Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Alrighty, and we're going to wrap this one over. And let's bring it through to here, I guess, now? I'll just make it a little bit smaller. I don't want them all to be the same size. I think I put the brush on the wrong tool there. I think I put it on the arrow that I did. Bring this through here. And let's have it come down from here over here, I think. So through to here. Oh well, did a little bit of damage to the tree, but who cares? No one's keeping score, are they? I just think it's real cool to have these kind of accidental, emergent behaviors from programs, actually. Alrighty, let's have it come down here now. It would be cooler if obviously it worked like kind of robustly, but you can't have everything. So let's get this in here, I think, and bring it down and up to here. This is totally not how lianas work, but who cares? Who's going to stop me? I do what I want. And let's bring it over here. I'm sorry, friend. I do kind of want to have some allow some people onto the server, but I also don't want to kind of well, that's the thing is I don't want to clash with people. I don't want to like upset people. I don't want people to upset me by kind of disagreeing on who's building what and what's going where and etc. So I think it's best just to not do it. Alrighty, so I think maybe last one in. Let's go to here. And then bring this around and we'll bring it down. Down, down, down. And just gonna wrap it all the way around. Let's bring it up here again, actually. Oh, we also get to put the end somewhere, which I'm gonna definitely do. Down here. I'm gonna put the leaves on too, and hopefully. Alright, that'll do for now for our base. And let's do some leaves. So for leaves I've done, previously I've done sphere, 95% air, 5%, what were they? It was dark oak leaves, wasn't it? Dark oak leaves. 1615. So BR sphere, 1615. So, 95% air, 5%, 1615, eyes 1, and then we do mask air. And then what this should do... I enjoyed Starbound. I still have much to learn, I think. We did not have much more success on the viewership, but I suppose it's kind of to be expected, considering that I'm normally doing one thing and I changed it. So I think I'm going to keep, certainly for now, keep doing the Starbound on a Monday. And we'll see how that goes. Yeah, there's a replace command. You mean on the treetop? It's a good idea actually. I did think about doing it. To put different leaves on the tree canopy. I may go for that. Maybe I could do Saturday. It doesn't have to be... Not everything has to be a... alliteration. Alliteration. Bom, bom, bom. I was thinking, not Minecraft Monday. Oh, hello! MC Starking TV. Hello, friend. Well, I mean, I can be like that sometimes, but I mean, certainly in terms of a stream, I don't think that provides great entertainment value. So I think that's it. I think we've done it. I think we've done it. We just have to wait for the leaves to finally appear now. Here they are. Where are they going now? Where have they gone? Oh, going up there. Ooh. I'm gonna add a few more here because apparently we don't have very many here. And now they're going up here. Taking a long time, huh? Such a small command. Oh, and they're going down. And back up, apparently. One there. Oh, going down here now. It's kind of funny to watch it grow. Yes, I can definitely do the replace command. It's whether or not I want to do it. I'm considering really. Let's just have this hang down here. So I think I'll give it a go. Why not? And we'll just see what it looks like. So how about hello? And come down here, and we'll go replace 17, 15. We'll replace with 18. It's 18.5. Replace with 95%, 18.5, and 5%. Let's try 18. It's not 18.5, is it? It's 18.7. Let's try 18.5. Whoa, okay, that didn't work. Ah, it's because it's the wrong number. There we go. Ah, so those are the, let's not do that one. Let's try, I've quite a few, followers. I'm afraid I can't really, follow everyone back, otherwise I would have 42,000 subscriptions and nowhere to, nowhere to look at, I suppose. I would just have spam all day long, so thank you for following, but I'm afraid not. Okay. This is looking kind of cool. Maybe it's not enough, not enough, what's the word? Leaves, I suppose. Not enough canopy cover on it. I don't know, it does look pretty nice from this angle. Alrighty. Well, I think I think that's enough for one day, so I'm going to have a fly around, because I can't remember the last time I had a fly around. I'm actually going to... Hold on, let me just disconnect and reconnect real quick so that I can kind of break the time-lapse. And you know what we can do, actually? Time query day. No, time query day time, is it? 7,000. Yeah. Okay. So you know what we can do? We can change the time. Oh, how about that? Game rule do time tick. Oh. List of game rules. Game rule do daylight cycle. Do daylight cycle. True. So I'm gonna move now? Maybe. That's interesting actually, we have the shadow underneath even though no good reason for that. Can we load some things please? Yeah, it's not bad for an hour and a half's work, is it? I'm really digging this rock brush. It makes things so easy. Any natural shapes are just way easier with a rock brush. And this is going to be real cool. I think I'm still undecided whether I want to build any buildings. To be honest, I might just not build buildings. And then I'm thinking maybe I can release it to be used as a kind of a survival world. I mean, I know there's a lot of work to be done if it's going to be a survival world, but I could do it potentially. Time set 18,000. That night time. Yeah, there's this problem actually. There's this weird glitch. I don't know why it does that. It's a white line. So it's night time. There's not much to see, unfortunately. The one thing we can see is down here. Or now, where is it? Lost it. Too dark. Here we go. Or in here we have a cave here. Let's go over the other side so we can get there. There it is. Haha, beautiful. That's about the only lit area of this entire world, so not much else. Oh, it looks cool at night actually, the silhouettes look cool. Time set. Yeah, some glitch with the shaders, I don't know. Oh, dawn. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, and we get trees at dawn. Beautiful. Okay, let's see if we can load. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to load the whole area, and then we'll just quickly step through all the time steps, and we'll see what it looks like as kind of like a time lapse. The terrain over there. Yes, that's not what it's going to end up like. I hope you mean the terrain over there. Otherwise, I'm sad because I spent a lot of time and effort on this terrain around here. I think he's referring to the kind of the unfinished stuff around the base, maybe. And over here. Oh, hopefully it didn't unload those permanently. I wish there was a quicker way of loading this stuff than just flying at it, but there we go. I've never seen this at this time of day, actually, so it's kind of new. Nice. Damn, a new tree looks really good. It is large. There is still more to go. But this is the area I'm working on presently. And let's see if we can get a location where we can see everything right now. Still have to complete the center there, but I go down maybe from here. Ah, yes, perfect. This is actually the viewpoint, isn't it? So let's stand on the viewpoint. Oh, nice. Yes. So let's zoom out. Can I zoom out? There we go. So not zoom out, but increase field of vision a little bit. Cheat and fit everything in. There we go. And let's just do some time commands. Still getting some bits loading in. Pretty. For natural landscapes, the shaders are just jaw-dropping, really. Only like 2 months of work. Okay. I'm just gonna watch the sunset and then I'm gonna go to work. I hope it's moving. Otherwise, I'm gonna be sitting here a little bit of a while. Nice. Pretty sure it's moving. I would totally go here. I would definitely live here. If I could build a Minecraft house and live in it. A giant, huge, monstrously large house. Yeah, it's diet water. That's right. No, just water. Plain old water. Full fat, full sugar water. Oh wow. How do I take a screenshot? Boom, that's a screenshot. Awesome. Alright. Well, thanks guys for watching. I'm gonna go to work now. But I hope you've enjoyed. And we are definitely getting closer to halfway on this area, so that is good. Oh no, full fat water. Oh gosh, I made a mistake, I guess. I drink so much as well. Alright, bye guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye! Bye. And I will try and fix this camera because it looks bad. Bye.